7 or 8. I'm walking with God, I don't need a drink. The devil be talking, I don't entertain. I'm walking in faith, I'm sowing my seed. I did it in faith, I gave it to God, and He made it great. Put me in good soil and took out the snakes.
Hey family members, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, hey girl, hey. If you're not new, welcome back to the family. My name is Jaël Peace. I make fashion, beauty, and lifestyle content. And this is our home, this is our hub. Give us a subscribe. So in today's video, we are going to be doing this look. This is my take on the holiday glam look. It's given more of a Valentine's Day vibe, but I definitely think that this would be the perfect Thanksgiving, Christmas, or whatever you celebrate, Kwanzaa, whatever. I feel like this would be a really good festive look for this season. It's not too much, but it does give off that glam. And as I always say, the products are going to be linked in the description bar, so please check out the description bar if you have any questions about the products that will be used in this video. Okay, without wasting any time, let's get into the video. All right, let's get into the look. So first things first, I like to start priming with the Youngblood Mineral Cosmetics primer. I use this primer for full coverage looks and just when I'm ready to be outside, because the primer is actually very good and it goes on matte. It stays on all day. It makes my makeup not feel cakey or too worn out. I don't know if you girlies have heard about this, but I use Vaseline under my eyes because I have incredibly dry under eyes. So I use Vaseline to combat that, and then I go in with the powder. But first things first, color correction. I have this palette that I bought at the beauty supply store that I use to color correct. I use the color orange under my eyes into every kind of pimple spot or dark spot, just to make sure that they are all even for when I put on my concealer. Now I go in with that e.l.f. Halo setting powder. I like to set my face when I'm doing a full coverage look because I have really oily skin. So after I prime and color correct, once I set my face with the powder, I know that I am set for the day and I know that I will be good to go. And then I set my face with the NYX Cosmetics Setting Spray. After that dries down, I go in with the Dermablend CC Cream. I don't wear foundation when I'm doing full coverage looks because I have oily skin, like I said. So I just go in with that CC Cream, make sure that I blend it out and make sure everything is smooth and blended and nice. The first layer of concealer, I use the e.l.f. Halo concealer, and that is in the closest shade to my skin tone. I kind of use this as a base for the concealers for when I'm about to start. So I just do my under eyes, my lids, and then I move into a lighter color, maybe 2 to 3 shades lighter. It's the same concealer, so I just go to highlight to the areas that I would like to highlight. For my brows though, I use the ABH Magic Touch concealer, and this is, I want to say, like 3 shades lighter than my normal shade. So I use this to carve out my eyebrows. I usually just make a straight line and then draw in my eyebrows after, and then I set everything in with the same setting spray and then go back in to blend out the concealer all over my brows. Wait, not over my brows, under my brows. Next up is the eyeshadow. I'm using red and pink together. For the base, I am going into my crease with the red. This is a lot of blending, a lot of blending. Blend the red in your inner crease and then going towards the outer crease, use the pink. So this is where it gets a bit ghetto because I got this matte lipstick from the beauty supply store. I've had it for so long that it literally rubbed off. but this is like the perfect shade of pink that I wanted. So I just decided to do kind of like a cut crease and then go back in with my brush and clean up the look a little bit. When that is done, my next task is to blend out the concealer. I blend out the concealer that matches my skin tone first because that has been sitting the longest. And then I go into the highlight concealer and blend it out. And this is where the muscle work happens, because if you do not blend out the highlight, it literally can make or break your makeup, to be honest. And every time, it never fails. Takes me at least 15 minutes to do this. Next up, I do my brows. I don't really do much with my eyebrows, just to fill them in because I don't really have brows, honestly, and brows have never really been my thing. So I just fill them in here and there and then put a concealer over it and move. To wrap up the whole eye situation, I conclude with my eyelashes. It takes a minute, but I eventually get it down. Blush is honestly my favorite part because there's just never too much blush. I use the cream blush and then I go in with the powder blush and then I just keep building until I feel that I have put on a considerable amount, which is always too much, but you know. The gist to having good contour is blend, 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 blend. To wrap up the lips, I have lined it with a brown light lip pencil and then I go in with this really bright pink nude lippy. So I have to go back in and blend, 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 blend just to make sure that it matches well together and it blends together well. But at the end of the day, it works. The next step is the setting powder. I use a really bright setting powder to set my under eyes because I love a bright under eye. To the death of me, a bright under eye. Always. So I typically let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. I really like to bake, especially when I'm doing full coverage looks, because like I keep stating, I have oily skin. So the longer it sits, the better it is for me. And then when I use the setting spray, I make sure that it's fully hydrated. So for the finishing touches, I'm going back in just the lip gloss to make sure that my lips are sparkly and they have that perfect shade of pink. And yeah, here I'm feeling myself. I love the song I'm listening to. Period.